Hello one and all, this is Nerdcraft here, and I am bringing you the first match of a very special series to me. As we can see here, spawning on ESV Cloud Kingdom, he's going to be our green Protoss player, mouzMana, hailing from the country of Germany. And his opponent, spawning on the southern position, is going to be our red Zerg, who, interestingly enough, hails from the great country of Ukraine. It's going to be none other than mTwDimaga. I bet. I was starting to wonder if you guys were going to be like, what is he doing there with the soft, like, you know, I'm going to sneak into your room at night and slowly murder you kind of voice. That's a very bad voice, but unfortunately I'm good at it, so it makes me wonder if I do have the potential to be a serial killer. Of course, I don't want to be a serial killer because I don't like prison. I'm a very small, scrawny kind of guy. I don't think I'll last that long. But anyway, here, again, spawning on the northern position, hailing from the country of Germany, is going to be our green Protoss player, mouzMana, mTwDimaga. Very powerful Protoss player. Many claim that he is the currently strongest Protoss player in Europe if you exclude MC and who else was there? And Hong-On, who moved to SK Gaming, which is a European-based gaming organization, and Sahara Sports, which is another European-based gaming. Oh, also Violet, but he's not Protoss. And, you know, of course, we have Dimaga over here. Been a powerhouse of Ukraine when it comes to the Zerg for a very long time. These games are taken from group play of IEM, the World Championship of IEM in Hanover, Germany. Spawning pool is coming up for Dimaga. Of course, we're just going to see a pool expansion. No shocker there. That's, you know, that's the build you always do against Protoss. And as to what we'll see Mana do, I mean, he likes that high Colossus count. Very rarely do I see him, that I can recall, go very heavy gateway kind of play. And of course, this probe being very annoying. Dimaga, he has a lot of different builds as well. I see him go anywhere from, you know, Ling Infestor to fast Brood. Well, Ling Infestor goes into fast Broodlord if you're doing the Destiny build. Roach Infestor, Roach Hydra, Mutalisk, Harass, a lot of just, you know, he has such a high repertoire of builds, and I love what Mana's doing right here. He got his probe got out of the way for just a half a second. Dimaga got down his hatchery. So what's he going to do? He's like, oh, I'm going to send mine over to the third because I know that I've delayed that hatchery long enough to the point where you're going to want to get your third a little faster than normal. Of course, we see the Nexus is coming up after the Forge got down. Photon Cannon's on its way, as well as the Gateway. Oh, wow, that's interesting. That's actually a pretty cool wall off. I think there's possibly, yeah, there is a space right there for a Zealot to most likely block off. That might be a little too big for a Zealot. Oh, no, it'll be fine for a Zealot. And the third does get down, so Dimaga just really, you know, thwarting Mana's delay tactics there. And two Lings are already out. I'm guessing they ran down that probe, took him out. And we have the two gases being taken for Mana. This is just, of course, in accordance to the great Protoss law of builds. When Forge fast expoing, grab two gases after Gateway goes down. I just made that law up, but it sounds pretty right to me. Bro over here hiding. Looks like the Ling is gonna catch it, actually. 4 drones on the way, as well as 2 probes. Surprised it's not actually being chrono boosted. The Cyber Core being put in a kind of vulnerable place, but that's just to make sure that the cannon isn't easily destroyed by, you know, a roach rush or anything like that. This Overlord, oh man, my nose is like stuffy for some reason. Sorry about that. This Overlord, he's just looking over. He's like, hey y'all, I see everything. I see everything you're doing over there. I see you putting the Cyber Core in the front there. I don't know why the Overlord's creepy like that, but I get the feeling that if an Overlord was a real thing, he'd kind of like float by people's windows and like watch them dress or something like that. You know, really creepy kind of guy. And we don't really have much going on in this game right now. I suppose we could talk about the this map. It's ESV Cloud Kingdom. Really fairly large map for a two-player game, for a two-player map. But usually we have a hard time, or the Protoss usually has a hard time getting that third, just because it's really out of the way. It can same apply for Zerg, but the thing about Zerg is that they have such highly mobile armies compared to Protoss or Terran at that, unless you're going straight up, you know, Mass Marine or Banshees. The Zerg tend to have a little little more mobile of an army. So Protoss and Terran alike, they can have a hard time taking this third, but Zerg I'd say has an easy time. Just mainly because, you know, you have this nice large ramp right there, as well as this large ramp here, which is blocked by rocks. And you can also run all the way around here if you're really committed to aggression to get that third. So there's a lot of really easy ways to put aggression onto this third, especially as a Zerg player. And if you're going to be utilizing those, if you're going to be utilizing like speed leans and things like that, really easy to do mass run-bys. Now that third is getting pretty well saturated, we see that Mana is going to be putting down 1, 2, 3, 4 gateways and a robo. The robo is right there. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of Stalker Immortal timing push here, or possibly an early Colossus build. I mean, he does have plenty of gas for getting his third gas, excuse me, right now. So a 2-base Colossus build seems very likely. Here we see a little warp in over here with the Zealots and Stalkers. Going to be easily destroyed and going to force the cancel on that pylon. Now this probe is going to be chased down by those lings, and Dimaga might be smelling some blood in the water. It looks like he's going to attempt a run by. Luckily there is a sentry there. He's going to need to put a force field down before it dies. Come on, sentry, get the foot. Okay, good. Jesus, scared the crap out of me. And the lings realizing now we can't get in. There's too many, well, you know, we won't have 3 sentries warped in, plus there's that cannon, so we wouldn't have time to sufficiently take that out, and Bailing's Nest is on its way, so Dimaga might be looking to do some sort of Bailing bust. I mean, I'd really like to see that. He's also taking out these destructible rocks. It's going to make that ramp a lot more easier for large amounts of lings or roaches to come in. Layer Tech is being brought up right now, as well as a Macro Hatch, and we have a Warp Prism. Well, we had a Warp Prism coming out for Mana, but now he's going to cancel the Warp Prism and go for an Observer. He's getting Twilight Council as well as level 1 armor. We're getting very common things. We're seeing pretty much standard TVP or PVZ right now. Looks like the lings are going to go back to base, so they're not going to commit to some sort of Bailing bust. The Bailing's Nest has finished. Right now, Blink is on its way. No surprise there from Mana. Blink is just a very highly utilized build nowadays. Blink Stalkers being very effective, provided you have the right amount of micro for it. Layer Tech just finishing up. Are we going to see a Spire come down? That's what I'm going to be curious about. 1-1 is coming up. No infestation pit coming down yet, but you know that doesn't necessarily dictate the build. See the Observer in. Oh no, those are Zealots trying to do a little run by. Sorry, I seem to be missing these things. 7 drones in total have been killed. For the amount of Zealots that have been killed, I wouldn't say it's very cost effective. Definitely, I mean 7 drones for like, I think it was 6 or 7 Zealots. Yeah, not exactly cost effective. We have Ventral Sacks and 2-2 being upgraded right away. So I like this from Dimaga. Looks like he's gonna try and commit to some sort of carpet bombing, maybe even drop. Now, Mana does see that there's Bailings there, so he's like, okay, I know the Bailings are there, and why would he be going Bailings in a PvT? Ling Bailing, I mean, that's such a... Oh, the War Prism was finished. It was... Okay, I missed it is all. So why would he be going Ling Bailing against a Protoss player? I mean, that's a lot more of a Terran build. So he's going to have to start thinking that possibly some sort of carpet bombing or drops might be utilized here, and if we see that utilized, that Zealot going to be cleaned up by the lings. Dimaga being really good about making sure he has map control. If we actually look on the mini map here, that's how much Dimaga sees. He sees it all pretty much. And what do we have over here for Mana? What does he see? Well, he sees only his base and this Observer, which is getting quite a bit of scouting information. But when you're relying on only one Observer, you know, you can't really expect to have a huge amount of scouting or map control. Now those lings were sitting over here, not too sure why. The third is being established right now from Mana. He's going to be doing a gateway wall up just to prevent the run-bys from coming in. Probably going to put a pylon and a cannon like right here or something like that. And the Robo Bay is just about to finish right now. We're going to see Colossus coming in, if not some sort of speed with either the Observer or the Warp Prism. Not too sure what's going to happen there. The level 2 or 2-2 for the lings is just about to finish. We do have the Colossus coming out, so it is what I thought it was going to be. It is going to be a Colossus build. And those Stalkers just easily going to pick off these Overlords. He sees that they are fast, so Pneumatized Carapace has been upgraded. And I wonder if Mana's thinking, oh geez, 35 Balin's being morphed right now. So I'm thinking maybe Mana is kind of, getting a little, he's got kind of getting an idea of what's going on here. He's seeing fast overlords, which for some reason isn't as common in StarCraft 2 as it was in Blue War. And the Blink Stalker is going to be able to take out those overlords, and he seems that he's really wanting to make sure that he can find these overlords and take them out. So I get the feeling that Mana knows that there's going to be some sort of carpet bombing coming. The Lings are going to be guiding those overlords in over to the Protoss base. Mana is going to see, wow, that's a lot, Mana, he's going to see, wow, that's a lot of Lings. Luckily, we do have a single Colossus out and the second on its way. Spire and Hive Tech coming up right now. That indicates that there's going to be Broodlords on the way as well. And now the Overlords are coming in. Is he going to focus on the Overlords? Yes, he is going to be focusing on those Overlords. He knows that they're full of Balins, but the Balins, unfortunately, just going to be dropping, devastating all of these Stalkers. Meanwhile, this Colossus is racking himself out quite a bit of kills there. And the Observer coming in, too, because he wishes he could fight for his planet. And this third is going to go down easily. And now that single Colossus being the hero of the world right there, he is going to have, 25 kills, even more, 28. But, Dimaga is just going to cut his losses. He's going to say, okay, I took out your third. I'm going to go back. And, when I come back, I'll have either Mutalisks or Broodlords or, even more Lings and Balins. Of course, we can see that 22 Lings are being made. And what do we have for Mana? Like, his production right now is pretty hard. If we check out the economy, it's 71 drones to 39 probes. That is not good at all. Of course, that shows right there when it comes to just the rate of income. Now we're going to have a run by here coming up from the Lings. Going to try and see if they could take out that third if it was being reestablished, which it's not. Going to take out that power and depower those gateways. Now the third is going to be reestablished, and those Lings wishing they could take out a Colossus, but unfortunately, because lasers are very powerful against generally squishy things, it's not going to work too much for him. 3-3 is already on its way from Dimaga. Holy crap, just talk about fast upgrades right there. He's even got crackling. He's even got cracklings coming up on the way, adrenal glands. 7 Corruptors being made, so yes, he is indeed looking to get some Broodlords out onto the field, but he's not morphing a Greater Spire, so that's interesting in itself. Why is he not, he's of course committed to the Corruptors, but he either forgot or is not caring about his Greater Spire, which is something you should definitely always care for when you're a Zerg player. But of course, just realizing this, I suddenly forgot that Corruptors are really freaking good against Colossus, so that's why he's getting the Corruptors for. And now, of course, as I say that, he is morphing the Greater Spire, which is really creepy when it starts morphing, because like the spiky tentacles come out from the bottom of it and like eat it. It's like, oh man, that doesn't look good at all. So how many Colossus do we have on the field right now? We have 3 Colossus, 13 Stalkers, 4 High Templar, and 2 Zealots to the 72 Lings and 21 Balins and 11 Corruptors of the Zerg player. We see that the Blink Stalkers are going to come in here. Going to try and see if they can take out this 4th, which is always really, really good. Sonic Storm is about to finish, and that 3-3 is still on its way. Oh man, I like this positioning here from Mana. He's going to be able to, try snipe a lot of drones here. And Mana does have this. Oh, never mind. So let's say, oh yeah, he's got the superior drone kills, but no, 4 probes have been killed by Dimaga. Let's say Mana, I thought. Dimaga and Mana, man, that rhymes. And whatever it was right there, it was a Stalker easily being destroyed. More carpet bombings are going to be coming in. It is 116 supply. Oh, huge storms going off on all those Lings. Oh man, that was devastating. I wish I could see how much kills that High Templar got. But going to be morphing it into an Archon. And those High Templar just warped in, going to be morphed into an Archon as well. Does he have storms? He does not have a storm yet. Oh wait, he does have a storm, my mistake. He's just going to have 1 storm available to him, so if Dimaga decides to engage, which he's not by the looks of things, he's just going to be committing to making sure he's got Broodlords out before he decides to go forward with this attack. We have 8 Broodlords being morphed right now. Oh, a huge engagement, oh not huge engagement, but a little skirmish here going off in the middle. Now it's going to be a huge engagement with Colossus. Stargate coming up for Mana, I love this a lot. Is he going to start getting Vordrays or Phoenix? Maybe even carriers, possibly a mothership. Actually, yeah, that's what it's going to be. He's getting that Stargate so he can get the fleet beacon to get that mothership, because he knows Broodlords are on the way. And if he hasn't seen it yet, he'll know it fairly soon. He doesn't know about the Greater Spire yet, but that Observer has been very diligent in scouting So most likely saw the Broodlords by now. God, where is that observer? There it is. Yes, the observer is traveling amongst the pack of Broodlords. Ultra's Kevin coming up as well. I like this. He's going to be. This is going to allow Dimaga to do such a great tech switch right away. Now Stalkers are coming forward. Gonna try and pick off some Broodlords. Oh no, no links to help out these Broodlords at all. But the Overlords are coming in. They're like, it's okay, Broodlords. I got your back. I got Bailey's inside of me, which sounds pretty disgusting. Actually, that's the last thing I would want inside of me is Bailey. And the Broodlord's coming forward again. Oh man, massive storms going off on all these Broodlords. What am I doing without Control W? The Fleet Beacon is on its way. These Broodlords are not moving out of the storms. One does go down, and another is going to go down as well. Will a third come down? Oh man! Oh, these Broodlord numbers are just being devastated. The Overlords are coming in, trying carpet bombing this, but not taking out a sufficient amount of Stalkers. Where are the Lings? I do not know where the Lings are. This is crazy. Oh man, all these Broodlords are pretty much. There's the Lings coming in finally, but not after all the Broodlords are cleaned up. Gonna leave Colossus and Blinkstalker to the mercy of the Lings, but you know what? Lings suck against Colossus, as we can see there. And 38 kills on that Colossus, 39 on this one, and 48 on this Colossus. So, geez, they're all killing armies left and right. Mothership is on its way. We just so far have nothing but Colossus. 4 Colossus, 8 Stalkers, and 5 Zealots. We have 8 Balins being morphed right now, as well as 42 Lings on the field already. 8 Corruptors that are probably going to be morphed into Broodlords. Actually, no, he's getting Kindness Misplating, so looks like Dimaga is going to be committing to Ultras, which, in my opinion, Ultras are a lot better against Protoss than they are against Terran, mainly because Terran is very well, they're all positional based, but the Terran is really good at making sure that, you know, it's, I'll try to say what I'm saying later. This Greater Fire almost goes down. Will it go down? Ooh, 75 hit points left. Another War Prison is coming up. So like I was saying though, Protoss tend to be a little more in open field. They tend to be pretty good in open field. Those Colossus can really make can be very useful, especially when there's like cliffs on the open field as well. So that since the Protoss don't really rely on chokes as much as a Terran player does, we see that that Ultras actually can be a lot more effective against Protoss than it would be against Terran, or maybe even Zerg at that matter too. The Colossus are at 3-1. Level 2 armor is on its way as well. Mothership has arrived. I was about to say Carrier has arrived, but no, it's like Mothership has arrived. But no, it'd be a little more feminine if I said Mothership has arrived. Something like that. I can't even remember the Mothership quotes. I thought I heard something slashing, but it might have been my imagination, or it might have been something else here. This Ling is going to see that there is indeed a War Prison coming in. That Zealot going to be surrounded by some Lings. The probes are being transferred right now. Lings aren't going to be able to catch them. I wonder if Dimaga knows about this Mothership. You'd think he'd have to expect it by now. What does he know scouting-wise? He knows nothing about it. He just knows that there's Blinkstalker, and he hasn't seen the Colossus. He hasn't seen the Mothership yet. Actually, he might have seen it with those Lings. So if he has, then he's going to have to know that spreading his Broodlords are going to be very essential here. We have 3 Ultras already on the field and 3 more coming up. Level 2 armor is just about to finish, and now these Ultras and Lings possibly going to crash into this Stalker army. No, not going to. A couple of those Lings going down to those Colossus, and the 5th coming up here for Mana. The 5th already well established for Dimaga, and here we have a little engagement coming in. Those Ultras trying to get out of there, but unfortunately they're just so slow, and Blink is a very, very nice upgrade. Not as slow as Broodlords, I suppose. So I'm pretty sure he knows about the Mothership by now. Oh man, he needs to get a spread on these Broodlords if he does know about it. I don't think he does. Control W is going to be initiated. Huge storms going off. Come on, Mothership, put down a Vortex. Yes, he has to definitely know about it now, but he's not spreading his Overlords or his Broodlords. Oh, massive Vortex going to go down, and 3 Archons going in there with the rest of the Broodlords. Oh, this isn't looking good for Dimaga. I thought he had this game at least, and Ultra's going to go in there. He's like, I do not want to suffer the laser beams anymore. I just want to go inside of this black hole. And now comes up all those Broodlords instantly destroyed. Holy crap, talk about A game to be lost there from Dimaga. GG comes out, and Mana takes the first game out of this best of 3 series in very kind of comeback fashion. I thought for sure that Dimaga had that game. I mean, he was doing great exchanges. He was keeping the army to pretty much 2 Colossus and like a handful of Blink Stalkers. Those bailing Carpet Bombers were just doing such great damage, but unfortunately he kind of just let Mana grow. He did a couple engagements. He's like, all right, you're tech-wise, you're superior to me. I'm just going to go back, get some tech. I'm not going to bother you at the same time. If he had a lot more run-bys, I feel that Dimaga could have taken that game, but, you know, who am I to criticize the pros? So, anyway, stick around for game number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I enjoyed casting it. I always love casting Dimaga. I haven't cast Mana for a while. And there was something else I was supposed to say. Oh, yeah. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you do get these videos because they're freaking awesome, are they not? Especially like the serial killer voice opening. So anyway, stick around for game number 2. I'll see you guys then.